Good evening and welcome in to the Thunderdome of Timpview High School for a rivalry game between the Timpview Thunderbirds and the Orem Tigers. Pleasant good evening to you and welcome in on this Tuesday night. Trevor Allen here with you as we've got a good one here between two region rivals in Region 7. First, we'll start with the Orem Tigers, led by head coach Jace Tavita in his fourth season with a 67-30 record since taking over the Orem program. And they've got a star-studded lineup with the young sophomore, number 1, Troy Kafusi, averaging 16 points per game. Had a great performance against Springville on Friday night, scoring 28 points and including 3 triples. And then also the Utah signee, Simeon Sugacharaga, number 12. He's a senior, averaging 17.3 points per game. The future Ute is poised to have a great performance here tonight. And then for rounding out the starting lineup, number 4, junior Cooper Harris. Number 32, senior Junie Mawala, who's a BYU football signee. And Utah football signee, number 55, Isa Naliai, who's a senior. And for the Timpview Thunderbirds under head coach Brad Kitchen, he's in his first season, 17-2 overall. They're nationally ranked, the Thunderbirds are, and they're led by 2 BYU commits in number 32, Dean Rickert, averaging 21.6 points per game. And then alongside him is senior Will Openshaw, number 2, averaging 13.1 points and 6 rebounds. Also number 4, Lincoln Holcomb, who's a senior. Number 5, a senior Jackson Palmer. And number 10, a senior Mason Ford. Timpview in their home white, Orem in the road black. And we are underway as the ball is saved by Orem. Now the clock you see on your screen is unofficial. Sometimes we start it early, stop it late. Try to keep it synced up with the clock here in the gym. Now here's Sugacharaga, guarded by Openshaw, tries to go to Junie Mawala, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Timpview basketball. Now the Thunderbirds, 2 losses on the season, both to teams that are, one that is Layton Christian Academy, lost at the buzzer up at Layton Christian, and then they lost a game in the Tarkanian Classic down in Las Vegas to a team out of California, a team that Orem played as well. So both teams suffering a loss there as Openshaw gets the hook shot to go. And gets Timpview on the board, and things started here on the scoreboard. Mawala sets a screen for Sugacharaga. He'll pump fake against Openshaw. He'll lay it up and in. Powerful move there by Simeon Sugacharaga, the future Ute. So we've got 3 Big 12 in-state teams as Openshaw knocks down a triple that are in this matchup, with Sugacharaga going to Utah and Openshaw and Rickert going to BYU. So the rivalry will carry on past high school. And then you've got a BYU and a Utah signee for football in Mawala and Naliai, but they also play on the same team. Reverse layup blocked by Openshaw at the rim. Naliai now swinging around the horn. Mawala, as Kafusi calls for a screen from Mawala, and he travels. The sophomore took too many steps. Now here's Ford. Openshaw, can he make it 2 triples? And it rolls in, shooter's touch for Openshaw. Coming into the game, he had 13 3-pointers. Now make it 15. And he has all 8 points here for the Thunderbirds as Ford with a steal, but Sugacharaga blocks it off the backboard. And then a foul is committed by the Thunderbirds. Great job tracking that down by Sugacharaga. Kafusi being guarded by Holcomb. Now Sugacharaga. Kafusi. The handoff to Harris. Now they look for Kaufusi again. Shot clock down to 16. He'll hook him just a little bit, but he gets the bucket to go. Troy Kaufusi on the scoreboard. The Orem dynamic duo, each with a bucket for the Tigers. As Ford misses a three-pointer, and the Tigers come the other way. Another screen, man. I would not want to come around a screen by Juni Mawala. That guy is a wall. He'll be playing on the defensive line for BYU. And a three-pointer by the Utah commit, Isanaliai. Now it's a one-point lead for the Thunderbirds. Openshaw, guarded by Mawala. Tries to back him down. He'll go with the hook shot again, and he gets the same result. Will Openshaw. He'll be playing his call ball just down the road for Coach Young and the BYU Cougars. Sugaturaga nearly lost that for a backcourt violation. Now here's Harris. He'll drive, kick out to Kaufusi. 8 on the shot clock. He'll fade at the foul line. That one hits just the backboard. And here come the Thunderbirds with Rickert. Dean against Sugaturaga, two of the best players in the state. And it's taken away by Naliai. But it goes out of bounds. It'll remain Timpview basketball with 3:48 to go here in the opening quarter. Glad to have you in here at the Thunderdome. Where Timpview has not lost this season. Rickert kicks out to Ford for 3. Yes! Mason Ford from deep. And it's back to a 4-point lead for the Thunderbirds. Here's Harris as he gets Kaufusi coming around a screen. Now he gets another one and pick and roll. He'll get the roll to Mawala, and he gets the bucket to go. Juni Mawala. Here's Holcomb. He gets the English right off the glass to go. Lincoln Holcomb answers the other way. A lot of offense here in this first quarter. There's Sugaturaga. And Jackson Palmer got his hand caught in the cookie jar, and he'll get called for the foul. Palmer averaging 6.3 points per game and just under 5 rebounds. He's shooting 55% from the field as he'll come out of the ball game. And checking in is number 13. That's Cooper Cleveland, the grandson of former BYU coach Steve Cleveland. Talked to him before the game. There's Kaufusi. Now to Mawala, guarded by Openshaw. He'll skip it across to Harris. Cooper thinks about it, pump fakes, drives. Kicks out to Kaufusi. He'll spot up for 3, and that one's off the front of the rim. Rickert, and he's bumped and fouled by Cooper Harris. Was not a great result for Orem at home, as Bentley Farnworth will come in for Juni Mawala. As Timpview came away from the first game of this rivalry of the season, 72-36 win over Orem. Back on the 9th of January as Rickert fires from deep, but Openshaw with the offensive board. Back to Rickert. He'll go to the left wing. Yes! Lincoln Holcomb. And the Thunderbirds getting things going from the perimeter. 18-9 is our score. Almost stolen by Holcomb. Sugaturaga. Harris They're swinging it around the perimeter. Now they get him in the post. It's Tugutaraga, faces up. Now backs down, open Shaw. And he gets the hook shot. That's what this rivalry could be like at the next level. Apologies there. And Holcomb answers the other way. Apologies about that. Clicked the wrong button. As we near the 1 minute mark to go here in the first quarter. In the corner, Farnworth from deep. Swish, Bentley Farnworth from the perimeter, off the bench. And Holcomb the other way, fast pace. Holcomb gets right below the rim and gets the bucket to go. And it's just a fast-paced ball game. Tugutaraga, bang! And he puts the three to the head with a triple. He did the Carmelo Anthony. Rickert, as the Orem student section making the short trip. Rickert, good contest there by Cooper Harris. And Kafusi will walk it up the floor. Shot clock turned off. We're at 20 seconds to go. Here in the first quarter, Coach Tavita calls out the play. Down to 6. Here's Harris to Naliai. Crossover. Puts it up off the glass and can't get it to go. And that'll end the first quarter. 5-point lead for Timpview, 22-17. We'll step aside, be back with the second quarter after this. You're watching Orem High Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Welcome back to the Thunderdome. With Timpview holding a 5-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Trevor Allen here with you. Orem High Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network, brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. Now coming out of the break to start the second quarter, it'll be Timpview basketball in the white uniforms, going right to left. And that's Jackson Ford, the sophomore, number 0 in the basketball game for the Thunderbirds. Hands off to Rickert. He'll drive in, lay it up off the glass. He'll get the bucket to go, and the foul. Dean Rickert with his first bucket of the game. And he'll have a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. Tugutaraga picks up the personal. And Rickert with a chance. Connect, and it rolls out. And it's tipped. And it goes off of Timpview. It'll be Orem basketball as Naliai checks back in. He will replace Cooper Harris. Now Kafusi also in for Taj Taylor. Is in for the Thunderbirds. Kafusi comes around a double screen. A pump fake, Farnworth in the corner. No good. Rickert on the board. He'll go out ahead to open shot, but it's deflected by Orem. And now they're out and running. I don't have a number 13 on my roster as there's a kick ball. Trying to catch the kid's last name on his jersey that Orem has. That looks like Lewis. That's Tanner Lewis. He normally wears number 2. So Tanner Lewis. Apologies to that young man. Glad that Orem has the last names on the jerseys. And Naliai hits the deck. Did not sound good. You could hear that from up here in this packed gym, by the way. It's not a rivalry if you don't have this kind of crowd coming out every single time that these two teams meet. And last year it was very heated in the last matchup at Orem just before the state playoffs. Nalia hits the first free throw. Judy Mwala will come in for Sugaturaga. He misses the second free throw. Nalia averaging just over 7 points per game. He's hit 10 3-pointers coming into tonight. He's already hit one tonight. Open shot, he's looking for Rickert as they're fronting the post. Open shot, pass Mwala, lays it up, that one's short. And here's Kafusi now. Sophomore on sophomore, Mwala sets a screen again. Don't want to be hit by one of those, and he puts it up and in quickly. And Judy Mwala making his presence felt in the paint. And now it's a 4-point lead for the Thunderbirds. Here's Cleveland. Cooper spins, great move, but it's blocked by Lewis. He gets his own rebound, he'll put it up and in. Cooper, Cleveland. And 6 minutes to go exactly here in the first half. Kafusi. Now to Nalia, guarded by Rickert. Now in the post, here's Mwala. Goes to Nalia. He'll fade. Can't get it to go. Now here's Cleveland. And he'll stop and pop. That one's off the front of the rim. Calls out the play, looks like a horn set. Mwala tries to get the back door to Kafusi, but it's on the floor is Taylor. What a play there, and then a deflection on the other end. So now some defense being played. Fast pace, but also some defense being played. Got to mix it in there. Good stuff. Holcomb and Mason Ford will come in for the Thunderbirds, and then Sugaturaga will check in, as does Cooper Harris for the Tigers. Skip in the corner. Ford now to Openshaw. He'll face up on Mwala. Now he'll back it down the big fella. He'll spin and go into the lane. And there's a foul on the block. And Coach Tavita wanted a hook. And I don't blame him. Holcomb from deep. Yes! Lincoln Holcomb again from downtown. Now it's 29-20, Timpview. Sugaturaga with some footwork. Now Cooper Harris from deep, and he'll get that one to go. Cooper Harris with the answer. Openshaw. Good defense there by Nalia, and then that help side as well from on the stunt by Sugaturaga. Mwala to Sugaturaga. He'll go into the paint, lay it up, and in, and he's fouled. Simeon Sugaturaga. And Coach Tavita's out on the floor pumping his fist in excitement. Good drive there by Simeon to get the bucket to go with contact. And that's the first personal on Openshaw. Second team foul on the Thunderbirds. And a chance to cut this to 3. And it rolls out. Cleveland, he'll now back it out. Now Ford to Openshaw. He'll hand off to Rickert. He'll fire from deep, and that one goes in and out. And Holcomb grabs the offensive rebound. Now he'll skip it to Cleveland. Back to Holcomb. Crossover spin. Now he'll back down Kafusi. Mwala comes in to help. And now goes to Openshaw at the rim. He gets the bucket to go. And there was quite a bit of contact there, but play on. It's a rivalry. A 6-point lead now for the Thunderbirds. As we near the 3-minute mark to go here in the second quarter. Harris. He falls on the floor. And Coach Savita calls a timeout. And it is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here with 3 minutes to go exactly till halftime. Want to remind you that this game brought to you by Wadup's Insurance Agency. While we all love spending time supporting our high school teams, Wadup's Insurance Agency is the team that will support and help protect you, whether it's your business, home, rental, properties, cars, or recreational vehicles. Wadup's Insurance Agency is the local insurance pro you can count on. Call or text us at 801-683-3663 to evaluate your insurance program. Again, that's 801-683-3663. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be Orem basketball. After diving on the loose ball is Cooper Harris. And Coach DeVito was able to get a timeout just in time before the jump ball. It would have been Orem basketball anyway if it would have been a jump ball. To trigger is Kafusi. Now to Sugataraga. He'll drive in and it's deflected. And Sugataraga is pleading for a foul, not getting it. And Coach Kitchen is, maybe he's arguing that it's not off of Timpview. Sugataraga over Rickert, gets the bucket to go at the foul line. Big time bucket there. With the heavy contest, open shot. No. And Ford is out of bounds when he was saving it. .240 to go. Here's Kafusi. A deep two, that one's off the front of the rim. Moala, an open shot, fight for it. And they say it's off Timpview and it's Orem basketball. Now here's Naliai. Moala from deep. Yes, the big fella can shoot it in the corner. He's a defensive lineman on the football field, but he's a three-point shooter in the gym. On the year for Moala, that's his 5th three-pointer as Troy Kafusi picks up his first personal. Trying to get the score updated here. 31-30. Now here's Ford. Guarded by Naliai. Kick out, Holcomb. No good. Fought for on the rebound, and Harris tracks it down. Tries to go to Naliai, and it's stolen away by Ford to Rickert. Everyone's back on defense. Palmer. To Ford. He is wide open. He'll shoot it. And it rolls in. Three-pointer from Mason Ford. Left him wide open and he made him pay. Had 25 triples coming into this game. And Coach Tavita is getting after his team in the huddle. I think because of the lapse on defense, you can't leave shooters like that wide open. Especially in this type of environment on their home floor, you need every stop you can get. And you got to be able to focus in on where the shooters are. in with this Timpview team who's nationally ranked, you gotta pick your poison. Because all 5 of these guys on the floor can score it. And Orem's got similar star power, but when you're on the road and you're trying to get a little revenge from the last time that you faced this team at your place, you've got every possession counts. As Taraga comes back the other way and gets the hook shot to go in the lane. Now it's a 2-point lead for the Thunderbirds. Holcomb stripped away, is able to recover. Ford, 18 on the shot clock, comes around the screen from Openshaw. He'll fire for 3. Good contest there by Naliai. And Taraga will bring it up. Goes against Openshaw, tries to find Mawala on the back door. Good defense there by Palmer. Harris with the floater, no good. And there's about a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ford will walk it up the floor. Ford getting the call from Coach Kitchen. In his first season at Timpview, came over after being an assistant coach at Snow College. Handoff, here's Rickert. He'll go into the lane, lay it up, too strong. And Harris stepped out when he grabbed the ball. It'll stay Timpview basketball with 1.5 on the clock. They're going to bring in Tanner Lewis. In the corner to Holcomb at the horn, and it hits the side of the backboard. And that's the end of the half. With Timpview holding the 34-32 lead in what has been a tightly contested ball game. We'll go ahead and step aside. Be back with second half action here in just a bit. You're watching Orem High Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com.
Challenging.
Welcome back to the Thunderdome. Trevor Allen here with you. 34-32 lead for the Timpview Thunderbirds over the Orem Tigers. And I believe it'll be Orem basketball. It will be to start the second half. And here's Kafusi. Bringing it up the floor. Now he gets it back. He'll fire for 3. No good. And Mason Ford on the rebound. Here's Openshaw. Guarded by Mawala. Now Rickert. In the corner, Palmer, no good. Rebound by Openshaw. And that one is up and good. As Holcomb gets it to go. Naliai over Rickert. Nice bucket there by Isa Naliai. Now in the corner is Ford, and he knew that was going in. A triple for Mason Ford. There's Mawala. Handoff. Kafusi, good defense there by Holcomb. Ford thought about it. There's Openshaw at the foul line. Palmer Back to Ford. Skips it to Palmer, the lefty from deep. Tip to open shot. He'll get the Thunder slam. Open shot. And a great tip out right there by Rickert. And it's a 7-2 run to start the third quarter for the Thunderbirds. And blocked away by Openshaw. He's one of the state shot blocking leaders. That goes out of bounds. Farnworth will come in. Bentley Farnworth, a senior, averaging just under 2 points per game. To inbound is Ford. Open shot to Holcomb. Palmer, jab step, going to Holcomb, guarded by Kafusi. He'll get it up off the glass, no good. Sugataraga on the rebound. Harris with the handoff to Kafusi. And it'll go off of Kafusi. It'll be Timpview basketball. Good defense there by Holcomb. Ford. I'll miss Palmer wide open in the paint. Hand off to Rickert. He'll fire for three. Yes! It looked like he kind of just threw it up there, but he gets the bucket to go from downtown. Shooter's touch there for Dean Rickert. And it's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Back after this here on the Rewind Sports Network. Just under 5 to go here in the third quarter. Trevor Allen here with you. And for Orem, they're 4-1 in region play, sitting in second place in Region 7. Timpview with a 4-0 record in the region. And the Thunderbirds have won, well, they've only won one in a row because they lost to Layton Christian on the 27th and then beat Pleasant Grove in their last game. Meanwhile, Orem coming off of a big win on the road against Springville. Taken away. We got a foul.
Foul called for 0. Joshua Farmer, his first.
Now here's Ford. Foul is on Farnworth, who's got something in his nose now. Looks like he had a bloody nose. Rickert off the glass, can't get it to go, just a little short. Naliai gets it stripped away, now to Kafusi in the corner. Had a big part in Orem's win over Springville at 28 points. Promising future for the sophomore. He'll get it in the corner. That one goes off the top of the backboard. And that is out of bounds. It'll be Timpview basketball now coming into this game. As we have a week and a half left in the regular season, Orem comes in number 5 in the RPI in 5A. Meanwhile, Timpview number 1. Here's Sugataraga. Kafusi. A little tug on the jersey there by Palmer. That's his third personal. He'll head to the bench. Cooper Cleveland will check in for him. To inbound is Cooper Harris on the baseline. And it's stripped away, out of bounds off of Timpview. Last touch by Holcomb. Well, Kafusi's got to go clear in the corner. Nolly now with it. Kick out to Harris. And I think it was deflected. And it'll stay with Orem. I think it was deflected. And the officials talk about it. Now they say it's Timpview basketball. Ford. Now to Rickert, and he'll put it up and just short on the bunny. I think he was maybe a little surprised that he was out wide open and the ball probably slipped in his hands. Moala, high-low, down to Sugataraga, gets the bucket. Good high-low action by the two bigs. Open shot, he'll spin on Moala, and that one's short as well. Moala thought about the threes, already hit one, goes behind the back. I don't think Coach DeVito's going to be happy with that decision by Moala. Try to get a little fancy going to Farnworth in the corner. Now to Ruckert, but he's fouled before throwing down the dunk. And that's on Nolly. Cooper Harris will check in. And Jackson Ford will check in as well for the Thunderbirds. Spin by Rickert, excuse me, no good. That's on Harris, his second. And that's the third team foul. And as it stands right now, Openshaw and Holcomb have 14 points apiece. Rickert with just 5. The guy who's one of the top scorers in the state. As he gets both free throws to go. Yeah, for Rickert, he's 14th in the state in points scored coming into tonight, 410, and he's 6th in three-pointers made. Sugataraga pump fakes, kicks out to Nolly from deep. Off the front of the rim, tipped out, grabbed by Jackson Ford, and he's fouled. With 1:46 to go here in the third quarter. Kafusi will check back in, this time for Farnworth. Now for Orem, Sugataraga leading the way with 13 points. 7 from Moala and 6 for Nolly. And laying it up is Ford, no good. Openshaw gets the putback and the foul. And Kakane Manuia is in the ball game for Orem. Openshaw with 16 now. And he converts the three-point play. Biggest lead of the game for the Thunderbirds. Kafusi. Good contest there by Holcomb. Here's Manuia. Naliai. Good footwork there. Steps in. Jumper good. Nice to Naliai. And another putback for Openshaw. (51-38). Kafusi from deep. And Rickard on the board. Cooper Cleveland, no good. And almost an offensive rebound for Openshaw. And now Ford will dribble it out. Jackson Ford will. As the shot clock tense, probably about a second difference. No point in trying to sync up the clock. I'll just tell you here, 12 seconds. Ford into the paint, no good. Manuia on the board, 3 seconds to 2. Harris with the floater up, and it rolls out. That would have been a big time play heading into the fourth quarter, but they'll have to settle for being down by 13. Go ahead and step aside, be back with the fourth quarter after this. You're watching Orem High Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome back to the Thunderdome. A 17-6 third quarter by Timpview has them up by 13 over the Orem Tigers. Trevor Allen here with you as we start the final 8 minutes of this ball game, of this rivalry. And as they're honoring someone who has battled cancer, and it's tonight's the Five for the Fight night for Timpview High School, where they're trying to raise funds for cancer research. And gotta say, it's a great thing for high school kids to be doing. As someone who, I lost my mother almost 3 years ago to cancer. It's very special to see people who fight this horrible disease and come out on top. And I think that it's cool that this is all being run by high school kids. I think it's a great thing. And he gets to ring the bell, and that's awesome. Simply awesome. That is awesome. Very cool by Timpview High School. Hard to follow that up with a basketball game. It was 34-32 at the half in favor of Timpview. And then just 6 points for Orem in the third quarter has them down by 13. As we get going here in the fourth quarter with Timpview. Ford drives into the lane with the left hand and in right off the front of the rim. Mason Ford has had himself a night. He's in double figures now with 11. Sugaturaga, he'll go on the drive and he's fouled. And that's Palmer's fourth. It seems like every foul being called is on him. And Cooper Cleveland will check back in. Now here's Harris. He gets it back, comes off a Sugaturaga screen. And it was tipped by Holcomb right into Kafusi's hands. No one's out of bounds. Now here's Naliai. Pump fake, steps in, dumps down to Tanner Lewis, and he'll put it up, misses the bunny. Our forward in the corner to Holcomb. He's got all day, and he gets it to go. Lincoln Holcomb. And coach wants a timeout. With 6:51 to go. Coach Kitchen praising his guard. 56-38, it's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Back after this. 6:51 to go. Get the clock synced up here for you. Sugaturaga. Kick out to Naliai. No good. Sugaturaga on the board, but he's fouled. Foul is on Rickert. His first personal. Kick out to Harris. Now to Kafusi. He'll go down to Moala. Reverse layup, too strong. Couple of bunnies missed here tonight by both these teams. Openshaw near the rim, can't get it to go, and he's slow to get up. Harris to Naliai. Down low to Moala. Kick in the corner to Sugaturaga. And he'll Euro step in for a layup. Sugaturaga up to 15 points in this one. Kafusi only with 2 points. And he was the leading scorer in their last game when they played each other back in early January. He had 19 points to lead the way in their loss to the T-Birds. And Ford. A foul on Junior Moala. And Mason Ford will go to the free throw line. He gets the first one. Ford averaging just under 10 points per game, along with 3.5 rebounds and 3.8 assists. And he connects on both free throws there. And he's up to 13 points here. Harris comes around a screen to Kafusi. And he'll fire from deep, in and out. Just hasn't been his night as Ford and Moala fight for the rebound. And it'll be a foul on Sugaturaga. It'll be Timpview basketball. Ford nearly poked away. Goes off his leg, still on toeing the line. Now Holcomb lays it up with the left hand with contact. Lincoln Holcomb having himself a ball game. He's at 19, both he and Openshaw with 19 points to lead the Thunderbirds. Sugaturaga, screened by Moala. He'll go into the paint. Lay it up, but he's fouled. That's the second on Openshaw.
Taking the ball, number 0, Joshua Cormier.
Sugacharaga can't get that one to go. No, go out of bounds. He'll stay with Orem. Farnworth tries to go up to Sugacharaga, and he's fouled. The Twin Towers down there, that is Rickard and Openshaw, met him right there, and one of them fouled him. Rickard with a quiet night, 7 points, but he hasn't really needed to do a ton. 19 points apiece from Openshaw and Lincoln Holcomb, and then 13 points for Mason Ford. And Sugacharaga misses the first one. He has 16 points, and I believe he's the only Orem Tiger in double figures. And that one gets the shooter's touch. Cooper Cleveland in the ball game. Ford, he'll step back for 3. Too strong, but Holcomb's there to clean it up and in. Kofusi comes around a screen. On the pick and roll with Sugacharaga, gets the lay in. Good pick and roll execution there by Orem. Here's Ford to Holcomb. Taken away in their win over Pleasant Grove on Friday. 17 points to lead. Well, actually, excuse me. Rickard had 28. And Farnworth and Ford fight for it. They let him play. Nolly will fire for 3. One rolls out. Openshaw had it, poked away, now he gets it back. But 28 for Rickard, and then 17 for Holcomb. And 11 for Jackson Palmer, as we've got a foul. And Openshaw will go to the free throw line. That's Isanaliai's third. Now Openshaw hits the 20-point mark. Can't get the second free throw, splits the trip. Kofusi. Sugacharaga. He'll get it back in the post, guarded by Openshaw. Backing him down with power. My goodness, that was some force for Sugacharaga. You could tell that he wanted that one. (63-46) with 2:42 to go. Timpview has all 5 starters back from last year's team that went to the semifinals as Sugacharaga blocks it away, and there's a foul away from the ball. Coach Kitchen coming into a team where Izzy Engel left to go to Lone Peak. Kitchen leaves Snow College to take over this program. He was an assistant over at Snow. The foul's on Rickard, his third. But it was a team that last year went 20-6, 8-2 in region play, and they lost to Olympus in the semifinals at the Huntsman Center. Meanwhile, Orem Losing a lot of talent from last year's team, including a few D1 players. And Coach Tavita just got a technical foul. Must have said the magic words. And we will keep it right here, but last year for Orem, went 10-0 in region play, won the region title. Went 21-4, but lost to Brighton in the quarterfinals in what was a big upset. And so I was doing a little bit of lip reading on that technical. I'm not really sure what the conversation was, but afterwards, Coach Tavito just said, "Good one," and laughed when he got the technical. He's in his 4th season. Had to replace a lot of talent. Had none of his guys that are on this team were starters last year. He even pulled in a couple of football players that transferred to Orem. And Naliai and Moala. And figured that the football team who just won a state championship has a couple of ballers on their team too, with Naliai and Moala. And then Sugataraga, who's signed to play at the University of Utah for Coach Alex Jensen. And the rivalry will still run after this, after high school for these guys, as Rickard and Openshaw are committed to Kevin Young and the BYU Cougars. As Ford hits the first of the technical free throws. Gets the second. .226 to go. Ford. Rickard will go into the paint, put it up and in. Good defense there by Cooper Harris, but just better offense by Rickard. Goes in, and Sugataraga answers with a bucket in the paint. Foul on Naliai. I think that's his 4th. Lincoln Holcomb, winning scorer tonight with 21 for the Thunderbirds. Makes it 22. And he goes 2 for 2 on that trip. Sugataraga. Kick out, Naliai, no good. Holcomb collects. With 95 seconds to go, Rickard on Sugataraga, and he's fouled. Rickard will go to the line where he is shooting 65% from the free throw line, 61 of 94 coming into this one. He gets the first free throw. And he splits that trip. Kafusi will fire it up. No good. Just not his night shooting the basketball. Only 2 points tonight. Open Shaw, now to Holcomb. And a foul on Farnworth. $54.7 to go. Coming up for Timpview. They've got 3 more games on their schedule as the bench empties for the Thunderbirds. They'll be on the road for their next 2 at Spanish Fork on Friday, and then Tuesday they're at Wasatch. That'll be a big game. And then they will round out the regular season at home against Springville. Sugacharaga gets a triple. The ball goes out of bounds. Off of Timpview. So Orem with a chance. Naliai. Poked out by Naliai, and it'll be Timpview basketball. Shot clock's turned off as Braxton Wilkerson's in the game. And Max Cleveland, along with Jaden Palmer, Taylor, and number 3, that's Roman Vivieros. Nine seconds to go. And that'll do it. Final score, Timpview 72, Orem 53. With that, Timpview will improve to 18-2 overall, 5-0 in region play. And as I mentioned, have 3 more games, 2 on the road at Spanish Fork and Wasatch before finishing out the regular season at home on senior night against Springville. For Orem, they will drop to 13-9 overall, 4-2 in region play. They will next be in action. They only have 2 more games left. They will play on next Tuesday, so they have the bye on Friday. Both of their games remaining in the regular season are at home. They'll take on Maple Mountain and Wasatch. And of course, you can watch both of those games right here on KSLSports.com. For Josh Dodge, I'm Trevor Allen, wishing you all good night. And we'll see you next time for high school basketball on the Rewind Sports Network.